Overview. The mind is a powerful tool. If we learn the right way to harness its power, we can get to wonderful places. In How Your Mind Can Heal Your Body, 2018, David R. Hamilton explores the link between the mind and healing using statistics, case studies, and real-life stories to back up the ideas he presents. He also offers a guide on how to use visualization, whether you are an athlete aiming to improve or a patient battling an illness. Hamilton does not suggest that the mind can fix the body all by itself, but rather that it can be a significant helping tool throughout the process of healing from an illness or overcoming a physical challenge. Physical healing through the mind. The body is greatly impacted by the mind. Our imagination, feelings, and thoughts all cause biological and chemical changes in the body. Your attitude towards life affects your health. Your general health and longevity increase when you have a positive, upbeat mindset. You can fight off illness and have a stronger immune system because of it. For example, a study showed that couples who engage in disputes but keep their attitudes positive towards each other have much healthier hearts compared to couples who are harsh and negative to each other during fights. It's not so much what happens to us that determines our well-being, but how we react and respond to it. Many of us complain so much that it has become a daily habit. We need to practice gratitude and work on noticing what is actually good in life. Instead of complaining, we can try to improve things, and we'll feel better too. Although the brain and body change as we age, our mindset affects how quickly they do so. You may live longer and be healthier if you maintain an optimistic attitude and stay physically and mentally active. Learning new things helps the brain stay healthy, whether it's a language or a dance step. Studies have found that exercising the mind can reduce our risk of Alzheimer's. Belief is powerful. When you believe in a medical treatment, your brain may release chemicals that create the effect you expect. This is applicable particularly to pain and Parkinson's disease, and it's known as the placebo effect. Doctors carry the responsibility of being honest about the actual effects of a drug, and even though placebos may work, they have to maintain authenticity towards the patient. Optimists tend to respond better to placebos than pessimists. For example, giving optimistic patients a real drug for a few days and then replacing it with a placebo has been shown to maintain the effectiveness of the actual drug, something that doesn't happen with pessimistic people. Placebos can be effective because they have meaning for the person receiving them. It's our perspective that matters. Even the color of a placebo tablet makes a difference in its effectiveness. In Italy, the color blue symbolizes strong movement and excitement to men because it's the color of Italian soccer. Fans celebrate with blue smoke and wear blue t-shirts. As a result, blue sleeping placebo tablets have little to no effect on Italian men. In contrast, blue is calming for Italian women, as it is the color of the Virgin Mary's cloak, which symbolizes peace. Where you live is a factor as well. In the US, getting shots is more common, and so placebo injections show better results. In the UK, pills are more common, hence placebo pills show more effectiveness. The name of a drug also enhances its effect. Viagra was chosen because it sounds like vigor and Niagara, creating a perception of power. The placebo effect even works in some surgical cases. A study at Oxford compared real surgery against sham surgery in 53 clinical trials. The patients had conditions that were not life-threatening, and the surgeries involved lasers, endoscopy, balloons, and implants. In 27 of the trials, the pretend surgery was as effective as the real one. In fact, just seeing the scar from a pretend surgery may have a beneficial effect. Similarly, a drug doesn't function as effectively if it's hidden while being administered, or if patients are asleep when they get it. Clearly, human consciousness plays a role in the effect of drugs and treatments. Plasticity. Neuroplasticity is the phenomenon of neurons constantly creating new pathways in the brain as new information is introduced, whether by physical activity through the senses or through cognition and feelings. You create new maps in the brain as you think about new things and engage in new exercises or activities. The brain is a muscle in the literal sense, not just metaphorically. We can change our habits by changing our thoughts, which results in physiological changes in the brain. Psychotherapy has been demonstrated to create neural changes in the brain as people converse about disturbing memories. At the cellular level, both our physical experiences and our thoughts can change us. Genes are impacted by our lifestyle. Healthy eating, limiting toxins and stimulants, and getting enough exercise all have positive effects. Even if we are born into a family with a history of heart disease, we may be able to change the bad genes into good ones with lifestyle choices. Imagination, observation, and visualization. When we believe we are receiving a painkiller, the brain naturally creates its own painkillers, and the location that receives the most relief is the one where we concentrate our attention. What we think about a treatment tells the body and brain which chemicals to release, where to send them, and which genes to involve. Thinking about a part of the body has a powerful effect. In addition, the brain changes as a result of repetition, and this can be seen in the muscles as well. If you think about a movement over and over again, your muscles actually get stronger with just the use of imagination, as shown by some studies. The brain doesn't distinguish between real and imaginary movements. This is how artificial limbs are controlled in prosthetics. When we observe someone else executing an action, our brains get activated as though we were performing the action ourselves. The brain mirrors what we put our focus on. Being around someone who smiles a lot makes you want to smile as well. Furthermore, visualization has been proven to aid with rehabilitation in certain medical conditions like strokes. It also helps athletes become better at their sport. As they visualize themselves reaching their goals, they actually improve and reach goals more easily. Because the brain doesn't seem to be able to distinguish between the real and the imaginary, visualization is particularly useful in sports. Combining physical exercise with visualization of a certain movement can give the impression of better training, but the most effective technique is to add observation to visualization and physical practice. When you observe an expert, mirror neurons are activated in your brain, enabling you to better perform the movement later. Visualization can lessen the severity of some adverse effects of cancer treatment, as well as the chance of recurrence. Patients who visualize themselves healing from cancer in their own specific images report higher recovery rates. According to some research, cancer patients can also benefit from relaxation imagery, using pleasant, soothing scenes. Relaxation lowers stress, which helps the immune system function more effectively and defend the body against cancer cells. Visualization has also been shown to improve the well-being of people suffering from ailments other than cancer, including asthma, osteoarthritis, and many more, by just visualizing themselves feeling better and their treatments working more effectively. Stress. There is strong scientific evidence that stress is linked to all sorts of diseases. It weakens the immune system, making it harder to defend against infection. There is also a link between suppression of negative emotions and disease. People who share their bad experiences with good friends who listen tend to have lower risks of disease. Meditation is also very helpful to people who deal with a lot of stress. Regular meditation, like mindful breathing, helps to clear the mind and makes it much easier to deal with the difficulties of life. How to visualize. There are 7 basic kinds of visualization. The first is active change, when you visualize something changing in your mind's eye, like a cancer tumor shrinking. The second is clean and polish. For example, you visualize cleaning your kidney cells if you suffer from a kidney condition. The third type is intervention, which is useful for allergies and autoimmune diseases. If your immune system is attacking your body, seeing it as alien, you visualize yourself intervening in the process and stopping it. Similarly, the fourth type of visualization is speaking to your cells directly. You get into a meditative state and start up a conversation, asking your cells to help you fight a disease. The fifth kind of visualization is symbolic change. You visualize what you want in a symbolic manner, like a depressed patient visualizing brokenness as a shattered mirror and then wholeness as the repairing of that mirror. The sixth type is color shifting. You visualize your illness as being dark, for example, and then you add colors to help it improve. The seventh and final type is immune boost, in which you visualize the immune system functioning more efficiently and killing diseases rapidly. There are no rules for how long you should visualize. Be patient, creative, and don't set unrealistic expectations. Try recording your visualizations as audio or draw them on paper and keep it fun and light. Affirmations are powerful. Affirmations can be very useful. Creating positive self-affirmations pushes away stress and helps in creating hope. During recovery from an injury, for example, you can create self-affirming statements that will narrow the focus on the process of healing, like, "I'm feeling better," or "My movements are improving daily." You can also add affirmation statements to your visualization. For example, while visualizing your immune system killing bacteria, you can add commentary to the process like, "I love that the harmful bacteria are leaving my body." Real-life stories. Visualization has been proven to work in many situations. For example, Sally was suddenly diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. She decided that she wanted to stay in control and learn to listen to her body, tapping into her own healing power and wisdom. Throughout surgery and chemotherapy, she focused on staying positive, visualizing herself healed, with bad cells no longer in her system. She chose yellow as a support color, always surrounding herself with yellow furniture. Sally also asked the staff at the hospital to only use positive words and statements. She envisaged the chemo in syringes containing healing golden liquid love. She also used daily positive self-affirmations, and she was constantly with her loving and caring partner. After fully recovering, Sally said that alongside traditional medicine, the things that helped her recover were gratitude, visualization, positivity, self-belief, and support from loved ones. Rebecca suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome, which has no known cure. She started using visualization after reading the first version of How Your Mind Can Heal Your Body, which was published in 2008. She began visualizing the cells in her body lighting up like Christmas lights, full of life and vigor. She practiced this technique while relaxed, eyes closed on the bed. She also created and sang self-affirming songs like "I am fit," "I am well," "I am full of energy." After just 3 days, she started seeing improvements in her energy levels. She continued for months until all the techniques became habits, and now she lives happily with no symptoms of the syndrome. Flora had a blockage in her carotid artery because of high cholesterol levels. After 9 months of medication, she was hospitalized with a potential stroke, and doctors advised changing her medication. Flora refused and instead started using visualization to heal herself. She visualized the blockage dissolving slowly and being replaced with healthy cells that sucked up the cholesterol and took it out of the body. The strategy worked, and she now leads a healthy life using visualization, exercise, and diet. A closing word. The most effective healing tool is love. It alters the way we see things and gives life a new, happier and brighter vibe. Gratitude is also at the top of the list of the things that matter most in life. Light seems to shine through the break that the force of thankfulness creates in the veil of troubles in your life, illuminating everything. Kindness will also get you to wonderful places. Its benefits include increased happiness, better heart health, and slowed aging. Every kind word or deed you say or do has an impact on both your life and the lives of others. Be kind to yourself as well, and remember to love yourself. As soon as we make peace with our suffering and insufficiencies, accepting who we are, were, and will be, we begin to make space for healing and improvement. Author's style. David R. Hamilton's writing is simple and inviting. He familiarizes scientific information by using everyday examples and real-life stories, making the reading process smoother and the information much more authentic and fun to read. Hamilton also engages readers by including suggested exercises to practice the techniques he presents. The final part of the book is an A to Z list of illnesses and disorders with visualization techniques that have worked for healing them. An extensive reference section follows. Author's perspective. David R. Hamilton is an English author who has written 11 books about harnessing emotions to improve health. He used to be a pharmacist, then quit to pursue writing, aiming at impacting people's lives and educating them. He is also a public speaker, regularly delivering talks at the likes of Google and the UK's National Health Service.